welcome to Becky's House of Sewing After Dark. Yes, people, it is February 16th, 2022. It's Stitching Wednesday stitching, which was a success, although we did have some people missing. So hope those who were not in attendance are feeling better and or coming next week. It is it feels like it might be midnight, but the reality is it's 6:50. Oh, just baby steps to springing forward. I can't wait for daylight savings. So, since it's after 5, and I've already had a call from my neighbor asking where the video is, I thought I would go ahead and start drinking. Oh, excuse me, Ron. Cheers. You may be asking, what am I drinking? It was a little Ricard. Those of you who may not know me that well, I'm a fan of licorice, of black licorice, which is disgusting to many people. And for those of you who I've just offended, I'm sorry. But this is liquid licorice on ice. I mean, it's really a brown color, but it turns white when you get it on ice, on the rocks, as it were. Ron. It's almost as good as absinthe, but not quite. All right. Oh, dear. How did I start this without a coaster? Oh, thank God I have one. Oh, goodness. Okay. I have done 0. Zilch, zilch, zip, 0, nada. I have not done any stitching. I have finished the top to my sewing table. I like it. I like it a lot. I think my next one I can improve upon, so that's a good thing. I did basically get MDF, and I did a 2x4 foot, which is a little narrower than I wanted, but it comes in a pre-cut size, so you can't beat that. And then wrapped it in some material. I just did some cutting on it. You can maybe see the denim scraps behind me. I've already made a cut in the fabric that I've already wrapped the MDF in, so I'm very proud of myself. Oh, cheers, Ron. Tasty. So I'm on vacation. Another good reason to be having an adult beverage during my floss tube. And yeah, I'm on vacation for 3 whole days and haven't done any stitching. Do you think something's wrong with me? Maybe. But have no fear, I've been shopping. So yesterday, I don't know, how do you have vacation and not have enough time to do anything? I don't know. So I've been helping out with my mother-in-law the last couple days. So after Tuesday, after that, I went shopping. I went to Michael's to buy some DMC. I have the great desire to do Mrs. Campbell from Hands Across the Sea, which I don't have a picture yet of. I could probably pull one in, but I don't want to do editing. So there you have it. So I went to Michael's to get some DMC. I want to also get prepped this one from Hello from Liz Matthews. I'd like to do the big one. My mom always says, get the big one. So that's what I like to do. But see, I really like this a lot, but see how it kind of fades away? I don't love that as much. So I decided to try a different material. Also, it's done in NPI silks, which I also don't have, nor do I have the patience to order them. So I just said, I'm going to do the DMC. I'm sure it'll be fine. So I printed up the thread list for Mrs. Campbell. I made a copy of the Dutch sampler and headed over to Michael's and bought a lot of DMCs because they both need like 20 to 27 thread colors. Come to find out, Mrs. Campbell requires some DMCs that are not like readily available. Oh, excuse me. I have a little sip in the Michael's. Ron. Happy New Year. I don't know what I'm saying. I promise you I've not had too much. Just had like the 3 sips you've seen. It's gonna get wild. Becky's House of Sewing After Dark. Okay. So, the funny part about going to Michael's and getting the DMC. I got what I could, got what they had. There's a couple that were out, blah, blah, blah. Ring them up, use my 20% off coupon. It comes to $20.22. $20.22. Pretty impressive, right? I mean, I should go play the lottery. So then I go, I need some new shoes. So I went right next door to the Birkenstock store. Bought a couple of pairs of shoes. Most of the shoes I wanted were not in stock. The great pandemic strikes again. But I got some cute shoes. I got the Tahoe's shoes I really like. They're athletic-y little sneakers. They're, they're just active sneakers. They're cute. So I got a different color of those. And then I got a pair of Birkenstock sneakers. So we'll see how I do in those. I have a feeling, because they have a cork bottom, that I probably need to break them in. So anyway, I had just enough time to haul buns over to Rock Hill and go to the Stitch and Frame shop. Because, by golly, I was going to buy some craft supplies. So, I got there half hour before they closed. And again, let me get this for reference. The big guy is what I want to do. Okay, people? You with me? You following? Big guy. Big guy. I like him big. So I got this material. This is Lakeside Linens, people. Very exclusive. Very hard to find. Ron, Lakeside Linens. It's Weigart based. Ron, you might not know this. I don't know if I've reviewed this before. You can tell linen is Weigart based. Weigart is a very renowned company in Germany that makes linens to do crafting on. They're very popular, very high quality, nice feel. But they have a signature orange stripe in their selvage. Pretty cool. So you always know if you have Lakeside Linens or not because you have the stripe. So let's see. It is after hours, after the daylight. So I've got artificial lighting going on here, but I don't know if you can tell if this is it's a little brown, little gray brown, kind of the right color. This is showing up a little less brown. But here are the threads. Here's my floss toss, Ron. A floss toss is when you take your threads and you toss it onto your fabric and see if you like the color combos. So let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. See, there we go. So there's like one thread that's a little close in there, but I think it's still bright enough to come up on. What do you think? It'll look different, yet the same, which is what I was going for. So this is 36 count. It is, I believe, let me double check. Yep, it's a half yard. And it's going to be, it's going to take up a lot of this. I'm not going to have a lot left over. It's going to be a bed sheet. Wow. I don't know when I'm going to start this. I don't have, I wanted to get it kitted up because I wanted to make floss drops and get things on the floss drops. So I made these on my Cricut machine, my Cricut maker. Finally found some cardstock that I like. I bought recently some file folders that were really inexpensive, and I've been cutting them up and using them, and they work well. They're a nice thickness. I was just a little too lazy for it at the time. I wanted a 12 by 12 cardstock that I could just not fuss with. Just cut it out, take it off the sheet. That's what I wanted to do. So, I asked at my local LNS, I said local LNS. Local is in the L of the N and S. Local needlework shop. Ron. So, I asked him about Mrs. Campbell, because I haven't bought her yet. I said, do you have the chart? Do you have anything that I could use for it? No, no, no. So what's a girl to do? I didn't hesitate. I went outside at 4:23. They close at 4:30. I sat in the parking lot, looked at the Attic Needlework store in Mesa, Arizona. Ron, Arizona. Mmm. Oh, it's so tasty. Gotta chew the ice now. Because, first of all, everyone loves the Attic. Keep hearing rave reviews about it. It's a must-go. It's a bucket list shop, as it were. And the owner of the shop is renowned for conning you into getting really high-counted linen that everyone's afraid of. Well, Mrs. Campbell is stitched on 46 count. I've never stitched on anything higher than 36. So I was willing to give that a try. And so I was in the parking lot of my local needlework shop, calling a non-local needlework shop, going, where is Mrs. Campbell? Do you have it? Until, oh yes, we have it. Do you have the Swallow 103s? Which is what they, what the sample of Mrs. Campbell is stitched on. Silk threads on little spools. They're called 100.3s. I am not really sure how the silks work, to be honest. I believe the Swallow company is a company, I think. But they have different versions. They have one on a spool. The spool I know is 100.3. I have an assumption that it has something to do with the thickness of the thread, but really have no idea. And then they have skeins, which goes by a different name. I think that's the actual Swallow. Who knows? I don't know. I'm sure I'll be corrected at some point when I get more subscribers and become, you know, so popular that everyone starts commenting on what the heck I'm talking about, because I don't know. So the company that makes the silk threads is having a problem, pandemic supply chain related, on getting the spools. So they can make the thread, but they can't put it on the spools until they get the spools. So they're hoping that they get an order of the threads next week, in which they will mail off my whole kit and caboodle. And nobody please start adding things up in their head on what that budget might be. I just don't need that in my life. Those people are not my friends. So now I'm not Brenda and Laura. I'm well within reason, I would assume, especially since I'm on vacation. And when else do you splurge than when on vacation? But yeah, it's not, I don't pick inexpensive hobbies. But I digress. You know, for not having any stitching, I'm kind of talking for a long time. So let's talk about plans for the rest of the week. I don't know how things are going to shape up. My house is really dirty. I'm not going to lie. I just barely got my my laundry completed. I need to do some ironing, and I still have more laundry to do. I have like sheets and bedding and stuff. Who wants to do that on their vacation? Although, if we talk about my day, I mean, it is Wednesday stitching. I had a great day with Wednesday Stitchers. Because how can you not have fun with stitchers who you know and love most of your life? You know, just stitching and chatting about life. That's always a good thing. But then I go to the dentist at an appointment I had forgotten about. Nothing big, just the regular appointment. And then I had a vet appointment with my dog. Yay. Big, exciting vacation, people. Then I come home. I've been working on that. Because I have high hopes to go to Boone. I'd like to see my mother. I'd like to see my father. Haven't seen them since before Christmas. We've not, I'm playing with her AccuCutter mat. Sorry, distraction. I haven't seen him since before Christmas. We haven't celebrated Christmas yet. And she, you know, bought some AccuCutter dies, and I'm sure she wants to use them, but I have her AccuCutter. So that makes it harder for her to use if I have it. So we'll go from there. Well, I have Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. My Friday evening is booked. My Friday morning might be booked. So I can go tomorrow, or I can go Saturday, or I can go Sunday. So we'll see how my day plays out. Yeah, so it's not looking good for the stitching this week. Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. But I would like to, I'm like super close, and you get to a point when you're close in a project where you're ready for it to be done, you see the light at the end of the tunnel, so then you lose steam. I think that's where I'm at with Needle in Hand, Enjoying My Heart by Hello from Liz Matthews. But I think if I just sit down and start stitching on it, it'll probably be good. Because I did get, while I was at the cross stitch store in Rock Hill, I did pick up another little pair of snips. Because can you have too many scissors? The answer is no. And then I wanted to try the Peacemaker needles in 28s. So I tried the Peacemakers in the 26s and don't like them. They don't have enough give to them. Found the Bowen needles in 26 and love them. So I bought the 26s and then I bought the 28s because, you know, if I like the 26s, I probably like the 28s. Well, turns out I don't like the 28s as much in the Bowens. They're a nice needle. I'm not saying I don't like them and I won't use them. But they actually bend. Like, as I'm using them, they get a little bent. So, I don't love that. I like a little give to my needle. I don't know why, but I don't like it to be super, I can't think of anything that wouldn't be construed as inappropriate. But I like a little give in my needle. So I'm anxious to try the 28 Peacemakers, which is Brenda's favorite from Brenda and Laura, the cereal starter. So we'll see how that plays out. I might get tired of turning the AccuCutter wheel, so maybe I'll walk away from it tonight, and do a little cross stitching and watch a little TV and finish my cocktail. What do you think, Ron? And do some stitching and I'll wait for things to arrive. I do want to go to the new quilt store in Rock Hill. I don't know if that'll happen. I've done a pretty good job of shopping. I probably could cool my jets. Lord knows I have plenty. Yeah, I have this quilt here on the wall still. That quilt there. I have the Roaring Twenties quilt. I have my Pining for You quilt by Tula Pink that I haven't even started. So I don't feel a lack of projects. And I have the denim thing I just started cutting again. So, not a lack of projects. What is still going on is that my craft room is just unkempt. It's unorganized. I've been playing around in it and haven't been putting things away properly. And I just need to sort and organize my fabric at this point. I need to continue organizing my cutting table because I have all that stuff there, but it's not pleasing to the eye yet. My stuff. The table is lovely. The top is lovely. It rolls beautifully. This is super heavy duty. And I love what I'm storing there. But I do... Fixing something here on the table. But I do need... I need to dress up the storage. And now that I have things kind of in a place of being able to use them, I would like to, surfaces able to use again. I'd like to make some labels for some bins and kind of make some scrap bins, sort them by size, and be able to get my yardage and all that stuff kind of organized again, so that I can sit down and not have to clean off another surface so that I can do a project, sit down and sew. Because if you have to do work before you do work, you're not going to do the work to do the work. You can take that to the bank. So, my friends and family, my fellow subscribers and crafters and sewists and cross-stitchers and quilters, people who love the thread and the needle, people who just love me, people who I enjoy hanging out with. Really all the people. Now I'm just getting silly. But it is Becky, Becky's House of Sewing After Dark. So, you guys have a great week. I will see you next week. Don't have any other plans other than to continue on through my holiday, my little soiree, my little flirtation with retirement. And what I've really come to discover thus far is that 1 week is never enough. You need like a good 4 days to kind of get rested and settled into your vacation, and then you need a week from there. So, but alas, I will just have to wait until March, which is when my next and final vacation of the fiscal year for the Container Store is. I think I can do it, and I think I will enjoy the rest of my time. And that's where I'm going to leave you. I'm going to go sit in the living room, watch a little TV, and continue to enjoy my evening with my Ricard, or Richard, or Richard. You guys have a great week. Have fun sewing, or crafting, or doing all the things. Bye.